Guess what, guys? I have an update from eBay on my recent rant. Let's see what they had to say. My name is Gail, if you don't already know that. I'm a small town picker. I recently did a rant about how mad, infuriated, whatever word you want to use, with eBay and how they handled a customer return. So if you want to see that rant, which I highly suggest if you haven't, check it out right here. I got the shoes back. So bottom line, if you don't want to go back and look, or you already did, eBay sided with the buyer. I had pictures that I posted. I'll go ahead and put those up on the screen here so you can see how the pictures looked. These are the exact pictures of the shoes that I sent, and that's how they looked when I sent them out, hands down. Well, the customer came back and immediately did a return when they received them, saying that they arrived damaged. And I asked them for pictures. They sent me pictures. I've already gone through this and the other thing. I was not able to show the pictures because when they opened a return case, after I offered a partial refund and they declined it, the eBay eliminated the pictures that were in the communication. So I couldn't show that to you, but I got the shoes back. So let me show you. These are the shape ups. They're, pretty good shoes, I think. Now they're worthless. So I'll show you. Here's the one that they complained about. I have 940 feedback. Only one is negative that could have been removed and I chose not to. So do you think with 940 positive feedback, I would send something like this without disclosing it, right? I mean, this is not something you overlook. It was not like that. It was flush and clear. And when they sent the pictures, you can see right here, that little dip in the crease of the shoe, that matched what I sent in the that's what was in my picture. So I know this shoe is the shoe I sent. They're not swapping shoes on me. So I'm just like, what happened? Something happened. And Joey Bada Bing 22, shout out to you. He had said when you get shape ups, because this happened to him, you got to twist and pull on these soles to make sure they don't do this, because over time, even if they're new, they will go bad. So anyway, I did that. So I gave it the stress test, if you will. It was fine. So then I'm like looking at this and I'm like mad because eBay sided with the buyer. I'm like, there's no way. Like, they just immediately took their word over mine. They didn't even read the case. So I had to wait for the case to be closed to appeal it. So also one thing I want to note, look at this. This is the end of the shoelace. You can probably see it against my black shirt better. This is the end of the other side of the shoelace. I had these tucked in the picture, so I couldn't really see, but I think I would have noticed this. So then it got me thinking that home chick that bought my shoes let her little puppy dog get a hold of these, tore them up right here, because this chunk even, like, it's just gone. It's not like just this tear here. This chunk is gone. So anyway, I think she did it. I think, I wondered how she could have done it. And now I honestly think that's the case, that a dog got a hold of it, chewed him up, and she decided to return him because of that. So I sent, with eBay, when there's a return that you want to appeal, you go into the details of the return, and then it says once it's closed, they've taken the money out of my account to reimburse her for the cost she paid for the shoes and for the shipping, right? Once that part is done and closed, then it's an option where it says appeal case. I click on that and it takes me basically to a Q&A section, which I don't, understand. Ooh, some action going on right here. Cat fight. Anyway, she just got spayed. She needs to go easy on her. Big mama, little mama. Anyway, okay, sorry. I get sidetracked because I love my kitties. So I clicked on it, and the only option it gave me was to email eBay. It wasn't an appeal form, which was kind of weird. So I appealed it, and I'll show you kind of just on the screen what I put for the appeal. I basically just said, you guys said you would review the email and the case details, and within 48 hours you would let me know. In under 5 minutes, you sided with the buyer without reviewing any details. And I said on there, there's no way you could have done that. And then I said, when I receive the shoes back, the shoes are damaged. I don't question that those are my shoes, but I know they weren't sent that way and they weren't received that way. And I explained the shoelace was chewed up and that I think this is what's happened. And I don't see an appeal form. I figured there would be, or a place to upload pictures of the item, and there was nothing. So so I said, if there's a form that I need to fill out where I can upload pictures or whatever, let me know. Please contact me. Here's the case ID and the listing ID. So I wanted to kind of give them all the information that they needed for the appeal case in case that was the appeal. So then I submitted it, and very shortly afterwards, I got an email from eBay. Let me show you that. Good day. Thank you for contacting us. I've updated, or I understand you received faulty items from the buyer. Don't worry. I am here to help you resolve the case. Good news, I will be closing the appeal in your favor and will be issuing you a refund for this transaction. So there you go. And they're like, I am glad I was able to assist you with your concern. I trust the information was provided as helpful. That was it. Less than 30 minutes later. That was at 7:59 p.m. I sent them the appeal at 8:24 p.m. I got this response. So that was shocking how fast that was, and also pleasing to see that they sided with me. And then I got another case or email like within a minute after they emailed me that and said, after reviewing the case, we decided to reverse the outcome. We granted your appeal. This cause will not affect your performance, and the feedback will be removed from the transaction. So they didn't leave me feedback, but if they did, they would remove that. And that's it. So there's a reference ID, and I'm going to wait to get my money back. I even told them in the appeal I didn't mind if I had to just reimburse them for the cost of the shoes, but I really didn't want to pay for the shipping. And then I told them I didn't want to pay for any of it because I feel like they did the damage to it. So this is a good outcome. But am I still irritated with eBay? Yes. And the reasons why is because I went through this frustration. I mean, you guys, if you watch that video, again, I'm going to put it up here if it'll let me. But I was so angry because they didn't even take a minute, not even a second to review the case like they said they would. They just sided on the side of the buyer. And I guess that's in hopes that the seller will not dispute it or question it. So I had to go through the frustration. They had to spend extra money for that to get sent to me. And then I had to send it and go through this rabbit hole to find out how to do an appeal. All of this could have been avoided had they read the details of the case and sided with me, because it was clear the problem was on the side of the buyer, not the seller. So why they went through all of this, I don't know. My guess is the buyer's going to know no different. I'm sure eBay will credit me. The buyer will not know this has happened, and eBay is going to eat the cost. That's what I'm guessing. And if that's the case, then now I understand why they do it. They do it so they look good to the buyer, and then they look good to the seller. But that pisses me off because that causes our rates to go up if this is what they're really doing. And it frustrated me so much. Just the stress that I went through dealing with this, because I don't handle this kind of stuff very well. I need to work on that. But just the stress alone in dealing with it, and then having to follow up and open an appeal, all that's just a hassle. And it could have all been avoided. So yeah, I'm still irritated with eBay. I'm happy that they sided in my favor this time because I'm happy to have my money back. But it doesn't make me less irritated with them. So that's the update. I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you're dealing with any returns and you think that the decision was in the favor of the buyer unjustly, Is that right? Unjustly? I don't know. Anyway, incorrectly. Don't hesitate. Definitely go through the process to appeal. And for me, I just sent them an email. I followed the appeal option, sent them an email, and then they decided. I don't know. So when you do that, if there is no appeal form, just make sure you put as much detail in that appeal as you can, just in case they do the investigation based on what you put in that message. Okay, guys, thank you for your time in this update. Let me know what you think. Have you been through this? Have you filed appeals and it turned out in your favor? What's happened? I mean, this is just frustrating for me, and I'm just glad to put it behind me. And now I got to throw those shoes away. Or I might try to sell the left foot because there's amputees out there. So I'll have to figure out what to do with that extra shoe. All right. Thanks for watching. Comment and say hi and let me know your experience if you have one with eBay and returns. And I'll see you in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye, y'all.